billion investment in the Metaverse. Will it fail or succeed? Well, were you also intrigued by Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook to Meta transition, opening the possibility of augmented and virtual reality in day-to-day lives? Of course, who doesn't want to attend a live virtual concert from the couch and enjoy it as if you were there physically? But the bigger question that looms up is, with its billion-dollar investments, will the Metaverse actually succeed or fail, just like any other overhyped internet sensation? In today's video, we will find out whether the Metaverse has the capability to succeed or, even with its huge flow of investments, will it end in doomsday? Together, we will analyze a number of factors that play a role in determining the economic viability of the Metaverse, which is positioned as the supposed future of the human race. Welcome to Wealthy Mindset, where we explore unique and breathtaking angles from the world of money, economics, personal finance, and investing. But before we get started, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel to never miss another video. Before we even try to assess the economic factors at play, what exactly is the Metaverse? Honestly, listening to this term feels exactly like listening to the internet back in the 90s. Coined by a science fiction writer, Neil Stephenson, in his 1992 novel Snow Crash, the term refers to the fusion of the real and virtual world. The lines of distinction between the physical and real world were supposed to be blurred and ultimately erased. However, the truth is, there is no well-articulated definition of metaverse that can be segregated from other emerging forms of virtual technology. Rather, it is something that represents the sum of a lot of things. These include virtual gaming, virtual interactions with other people, live virtually augmented events, or possibly anything and everything that could be done in a virtual world. Even though Metaverse doesn't really exist in its entirety today, Matthew Ball, author of The Metaverse Primer, describes it as an elaborate network of virtual surroundings that establish a sense of continuity in ideas, experiences, histories, payments, transactions, and properties. The difference between the Metaverse and existing gaming technologies will be that the virtual environment won't be activated only for, say, your favorite Call of Duty map, but will persist to exist even when you are not involved in gaming and just sitting in a virtual room. Each of these virtual experiences, may it be Facebook's virtual space or Fortnite's virtual environment, will be a smaller part of the bigger space, collectively termed as the Metaverse. Essentially, imagine these small environments as websites and Metaverse as the internet, just more fancy, technologically advanced, and existing in virtual or augmented realities, a full immersive 3D world of sorts. However, experts don't see the idea actually materializing into success. Here's why. One of the primary reasons is the presence of multiple potential sites for Metaverse, namely Facebook, Apple, Google, Fortnite, and many more. The realization of a holistic metaverse requires something as unifying as the World Wide Web, achieved by an unprecedented public/private partnership that ended up in the establishment of a model owned by none but enjoyed by everyone. Today, achieving that kind of inter-metaverse cooperation is very difficult, if not impossible, to achieve. In this scenario, we might argue that Mark Zuckerberg is less interested in the metaverse because it is an internet update, but more so because it might have the potential to print some cash for him. What will eventually end up happening is that Facebook's now Meta metaverse, for example, will be managed only by its admins, and access to any third-party site will be filtered by a mandatory sign-in into Facebook. More and more personal data being mined and more profit. Secondly, the only aspect of the metaverse that could actually see some success is the gaming industry, for the big players such as Roblox or Fortnite. But guess what? It doesn't really depend on the metaverse for its big $1 billion inflow. The virtual gaming industry is already 250 billion strong. And out of the $500 billion investment made into the metaverse by 2021, close to 60% of it shall be from selling software and hardware for these virtual games. If there is some potential of growth in the metaverse financial base, it will be through the gaming industry. Probably some expensive helmet on the head to play a game all day long. That, too, would not solve some genuine problem. In fact, it would be more like a luxury. Thirdly, what we need to understand is that when the internet arrived, it solved a plethora of problems, mostly related to communications and data access. What problem does the metaverse solve? Virtual meetings or virtual concerts? Virtual academic sessions or virtual NBA? The Horizon workshop launched by Facebook fails on all counts: social, human, business, privacy, and technology. 3D cartoon-based avatars of you and your laptop would appear in this virtual room where a high-profile business meeting is supposed to take place. There is no place for real human emotions, face-to-face micro-gestures being incorporated, and until then, it's nothing better than Zoom. In a world where there is ample evidence to show that people have started detesting Zoom meetings already for lack of physical human communication and issues of confidentiality, the metaverse definitely doesn't solve a problem. Rather, it creates one. All this for wearing a big helmet in important meetings and smiling as Facebook siphons off your personal data for their profitable ventures. The truth is, people will eventually opt out of it, or will never opt for it in the first place. Finally, the technological gap and its accessibility remain a big roadblock. Have we reached the age where an advanced chip injected into the brain is sufficient to enter the virtual world that can be activated by the blink of an eye or the touch of a hand, as the smartphone? No. People will have to don these really expensive, physically uncomfortable headsets or glasses for every virtual maneuver that they would want to perform. Furthermore, research shows that our brain is persistently attached to textual means of communication in a lot of avenues, and despite the fact that we prefer audio-visual forms of a lot of data, fields such as academics, contractual businesses, law, and many more rely primarily on texts. The metaverse really doesn't help there. The potential $800 billion investment might be intriguing and will actually captivate people and investors with so many dollars woofing around. There might even be a real opportunity for some businessmen to extract some profit. But as far as the metaverse goes, it seems like it isn't going to be realized. At least, not so soon and not how Mark Zuckerberg and the others want it to be. What are your thoughts about the metaverse? Do you think this novel, wild, and fascinating concept will succeed? After all, the internet was criticized too for its impending failure. That turned out to be untrue. What are your thoughts about it? Let us know in the comments section. Subscribe and hit that bell icon below to never miss another Wealthy Mindset video. Especially if you're interested in unexplored topics and interesting stories just like this one. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.